Okay, I checked out. I've just been checking out mind swapping things, cloning stuff with elements. But I said that I was going to look on the front page, right? News. We'll do this, I guess. I don't really look at this shit. And I was just gonna see. It's funny that now, I don't know how everybody else feels, but when I see like, oh, suspect caught, saw it, I think, well, if they fucking lost them. It's like Ralph Smart, hello, sir. Everybody, I used to say, I pay attention for what they're not saying. Or for what's being said that you know wasn't said. Correct. Thank you for just being who you are, irregardless. I know you don't like that word. This is Sandra. She is who she is, and she is the creator, and she ain't happy about it because she had to bear a cross that even Jesus couldn't bear. Oh, shit. People won't like to hear that, though, right? I'm not digging. I think we're all growing and just kind of being more accepting of the fact that it's not that I don't believe in some bigger being or bigger thing, right? It's just that maybe there were parts of that belief that were making me an enabled person. Enabled spiritually, absolutely, which is a huge deal when you're enabled. If you can't, that's not being able to function on a soul level. That's doing the right thing, but not always. You don't want to be that guy or that girl. Yeah. Fated for torment. But you know, when it comes to who you are as a person, yeah. And that is, again, because it's been a while and there are younger people that listen or watch, that is the story of Jesus's life. It's not that we don't even know that there was a Jesus that actually existed. We're just not sure. But let's just say that we're going to look at everything unless we're experiencing it, which would be, let's say that you meet me after this whole story comes out, and now I'm like, la-di-da, okay? That you experienced that. You experienced this whole thing, my story happening, it being put together, la-di-da. I say it again, somebody's overdoing it. It could be me. Now you have that, and now you have these other beliefs that, I mean, they're strict. With a bunch of religion. I think religion should just go away. And it should be, I believe that I'm going to get this because I believe that I deserve it based off of what I've been doing with my life. That belief, at least, is more in place than the other. What page was I on where... Is it? Oh, here we go. Hyperbaric oxygen chamber. Okay. Can estrogen cream combat skin age? See how? I mean, all I had to do was look it up. It took me a while to realize that this was that detailed. Oh, excuse me. The new possible. We call it a spiritual cleaning retreat something. We're not going to even call it that. We're just going to get together, pop some shrooms, and just see what happens. I want to see if we can get any messages from any other beings about our future or what we should do. And now they're getting involved in this brain hacking. Or they're just going to try and manipulate what you're seeing through all this shit that we've been experiencing, not knowing whether it's real or not, but you go by feeling. And my mind won't focus on something. It rejects it. My eyes, it's like it sounds like a Polaroid camera going off in my head when I reject something now visually. Then that's my belief, and it helps me. My imagination is what has been getting me through. My imagination, and then this other thing with the other things involved. In addition to family members, you know. But as far as what I cannot see, and what I cannot touch, who I cannot touch, it's been all... The Osiris shift. Well, I saw that they have on Google that Osiris is a planet, an actual round planet, and I believe it's a ship. I believe that it was a ship that was attempted to be taken, and they had problems all the time because it's not your ship. It's not your thing. It's not your, let's just say that this ship is a Yukon, right? And so for her it's a ship, and for me it's my, it's just not theirs. Is this just a communication thing? Do you know what's weird, what I felt with these pulse things? I'm going to repeat some things every now and again because I can tell someone is on and they didn't catch this before. When you are hit with these types of pulses and it radiates in your body, it has to leave, right? That energy has to go back, it has to move. Now, this will alter, pulses like this that we were feeling will alter your electromagnetic field through a scope, will alter your appearance. You take a picture at a time where this shit's pulling your face in all different directions, you look different. Okay. Yeah, it was a couple months. It was a month ago, maybe. It was a little while ago that I figured this out. I'm like, holy shit. Like, let's say that they have the pick machine off. We'll just say that. And it's proven. She's nuts. So it's been 6 days. There's no way that these frequencies are still in the house. Well, if they don't open the windows, they're still. But we don't think about it possibly coming from underneath. Or it could have been coming from all sides. In before this, which is why it's taking so long to leave the body permanently. It could be that there are about 33,000 hours of this type of enhancement is what's going on. And then it has to leave, right? Now you have these heavy one after another, and they are pulses. It's all frequency. Some of them go in sine, which is a smooth wave. Some of them go in triangle. I guess it would depend how they merge with other things and how many electronics you have in your environment. I'm guessing that everyone's overall pixelation theory is different. It would have to be. But I love the fact that I just felt that someone would want to prove that you can have the same exact in two different locations. I'm not sure that's true. I'm a believer that anything is possible. How about this? Anything is possible. I'm just not sure it's worth the time and the effort that's going to go into proving it. I don't know what you're going to gain unless this is how a business mindset works. I will put time into figuring that out if I can figure out a way to generate revenue from it first. I'm not going to spend 6 years creating something and not know what I'm going to use it for. And what you may wind up using it for may be something completely different if you don't feel 100%. These are for people who are going into business and something's off. I don't feel right. I feel emotional. Fucking no. It's just not. Look, this is when when we're going through something and we're taking a loss, or just things are that slow, or I just never been like this. These things, it's hard to use this discernment thing. It's a gift. And for many of you, most of you, it's how your body feels immediately. You know that feeling when you're like, ooh, he's sexy or she's hot. That's it. That's a yes, right? But some of you are so sensitive like me that that's a yes and a no. It's a reaction that my body has to something, and then I believe that I process that reaction, if it needs to be. Fear usually doesn't come through. Worry, I can feel that initially. This is how you become strong spiritually, though. Let's say, I don't feel anything. As great as that sounds, honestly, because I wanted to when I felt these things. I was trying to destroy my nervous system with infrared and leave my body, have my soul jump out permanently. Didn't work, clearly. And I'm guessing that maybe there's a greater reason that's for me. I have no idea what I was talking about. Meds that could cause dementia. We immediately have to come up with something to defeat or to combat or to go against what this bitch just said. I wouldn't have a problem with generating some kind of revenue through mass light, right? I'm pissed. I got surgeon friends. I got gynos. Nobody's getting sick. I'm tired of hearing them. I'll work with you. Okay, hit me with a little bit of frequency, you know what I mean? But turning me into a freaking jack-o'-fucking-lantern with electricity, you know? being forced to put a smiling face on because some of you, you're in the public eye and you were getting hit with this and you didn't agree with something or you said something about somebody that they don't like. The only way, absolutely, for all the celebrities and music artists and everything, everybody is targeted at some point by something. Not everybody calls it that. See, by the time this happened, this whole gang stalking and targeting thing was being spoken about a lot on social media. And I still can't stand calling it that because mine was more of an ambush again. It's different when you know it was an ambush. You know you're very strong and it took many people. They had to set you up, and for many, they had to completely knock you out because you're just too aware. And you are the master of hermits. But you become the master of puppets when you can sit to yourself for an extended amount of time and gain some type of information that remedies the situation from it without having to buy anything. That's when you know that this change, this end of whatever this is permanent. Okay, let's say that it's, well, I don't want to say it's permanent because I got off this, but I want to get high. I want to do it differently. And now people are practicing the art of when they run out, that's the universe telling me that I need to rest. I don't go to the guy who has the shitty shit. Why would I do that? You're going to be your own voice of reason. It's very rare that we do this for ourselves. We usually are the voice of reason for others, and then when it comes to ourselves, we just kind of leave ourselves. No. Voice, what does this tell me? I'm tired and I feel like my spinal cord was strained 3 times, over and over and over again. Maybe I need to get some Gatorade instead with this money and some rest. That's all it takes is some Gatorade and some rest with shit like that. That's it. The overwhelming sense of discipline is going to kick in while enjoying life. Stay with me. This will be a process. You're going to fail. Yeah, they're going to be okay. I said I wasn't going and I did. Okay, you're not. Whose fucking life is this? Let's say, see, maybe the master of isolators, we're better at doing this because we don't have anybody to answer to. You give us just enough money to get by and give us our simple things and make sure the bills are paid, we're good. We enjoy our own company. In fact, most of the time, you choose that. I agree. Okay. Somebody's trying to steal meat. They're putting... they wanted me to say, don't leave your cards out with your chip, even if the numbers aren't facing up. Because I believe that they're trying, if they haven't done this already, to scan chips through another reality. Don't leave your shit out. Don't leave it. Act as if there's somebody coming in the room after you every time that you leave a room. But this is, well, first there's an arcade in a rural city that's, oh my God, one of you there's a machine. Is this machine pink or a yellow and pink? I don't know if this is Miss Pac-Man or something, but there could be something hidden in there. It could be red too, but people used to hide these machines. If these are arcade machines where you're using this for personal use, or even if you had it, check the insides of the machines. Didn't a lot of mob organizations and gangs hide things in appliances and stuff? It's a long shot. It's not. I mean, it's not going to be for everybody. Someone will open one up and go, well, she's horrible at this. Huh. It could be, I keep saying pink. It could be for a woman. Or this could be a message that we definitely have not enough divinity when it comes to the feminine type of and what has to happen now is it has to be brought out through the men, because the women, on top of the men being a little too masculine when it came to women just wanting control or wanting to keep us where it was easy for them to keep an eye while they, whatever it was that masculine that people say is, I don't think it's toxic. I believe it's needed, just in different doses. And now you have the women who were forced into being more male because males they became feminine in a different way. And they stopped defending and protecting it. And even saying the truth, just saying the truth when it's needed about someone, when someone's name's getting ruined, would be just a strong, how about that? Yeah, a strong person. Now, there's too much masculinity now. Both sides are just it's very defensive, and I have to defend myself on the girl's side, and I'm tired of doing it. Then you get mad and you tell me that I'm acting too much like a man. Well, if you would have stood up and said something, things would, right? We don't need to say the rest. If you have to do that and stand up and defend yourself, and then you need to explain it, that is your explanation. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is a business owner. This is either a bar owner who got a machine. Casey. I just heard Casey. So I don't know if it's corner bar. First off, there's a girl named Lisa who actually hit on the machine last night, and she was so drunk somebody didn't tell her. It was for a decent amount of money. With the green shirt, Lisa, there's an Edgar or something like that needs to tell you. He has your ticket in his hand. Yeah, it was like $500. She could use that shit. And you know what happens here? You do the right thing, and she seems like the kind of woman that would give you $100 and take 400. This is how you create something else, right? Because if my situation isn't telling you that something changed, oh, yep. Oh, okay. There's also a woman here where there are machines left of this guy that passed. There's a guy that passed away, or they left. Okay, whatever it was, I feel like he was a scammer, and he had to leave quickly. Now, he made it seem like it was for another reason, but I believe it's because he felt the heat, and he's a runner. Check devices. He could have hid money in the back of TVs. I think he was real into that, and she's going to have this, oh my God, he hid some pot in there or some edibles or something like that. I never thought about all these devices he's got. I always wonder why he kept them. There could be well over 10 grand. I don't know who this is for. This will be for multiple, because it seems like they're Nigerian. Yeah, and this is something that they do. They're very good at hiding things. Just whatever, even when it's a good hiding. Well, what is this? Oh my God. Oh, okay, you're interesting. You're self-taught. I mean, self-taught with everything. Yeah, this is, I feel reservation type of stuff, where either you didn't go to the schools everybody else did, it's more spiritual, or you did, but you didn't really pay attention. They're showing me a kid that was in the daze, a trance a lot. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, I was in a trance for most of my life, I think. Are you looking at pictures? Because I found some pictures of myself even as a baby, and I posted on my community board with me being in a trance. You could see my eyes that I'm looking at somebody like I want to kill them. Maybe this is what makes the cold heart, right? When you're one of these people and possibly an assassin, don't knock them. I feel some Christians, your God is an assassin. He killed his fucking son for a world that's just shit. Somebody else could have killed somebody for doing something to their son, or even yours, whether you know it or not. You know what I mean? And that was retribution, and somehow they'll still be the bad guy with that doctrine in place. I think that you're very good with alcohol and drugs, which helps you. I'm self-taught because this is even not not overeating, not over smoking, especially if, let me see, hold on. Trickster. But this feels like magic. I was on the beach the other day with my sister and my mom, and there was this little girl, a Habib. This little girl was the cutest thing I had ever seen, and she, Musa Shiva, incarnate. I couldn't stop looking at her. I could tell she was special. She was just playing by herself, and it reminded me of me. And then I started thinking about other people who know like that. I played by myself. I was even at the playground. You don't realize it when you're a kid. You don't pay attention, but I'm sure that your soul can tell that they don't like you. You know what I mean? And if you don't have a support system in your life, if you don't have parents or a family members who tell you how great you are, because you are star seeds or star children, indigo, whatever you want to call it, something different that's here to help humans ascend. You could call it Anunnaki, but it's all the same thing, right? You don't have someone telling you that. You don't see this. And this isn't part of an experiment. This particular thing, it's just one of them things where other people don't like things being brought out in other people unless it's brought out in them. You know, so if they had a compliment, then they would be more inclined to say, oh, well, so-and-so did this yesterday and it was great. Right, but if they didn't get one and they felt bad about themselves, now yours goes to shit. They possibly came in the door like, I'm going to let them know how good they did yesterday. And they have this idea in their head, though, that they're competing with you. And you don't even know that somebody thinks you did great at it. I think this is just you going, all right, I did this. I taught myself how to do this. Fine. Put it right now. Right. Like, put that in my book of life, right? My Sumerian Mahi. Yeah. And that's it for you. I don't need to announce it. I'll pat myself on the back in different ways, which means I'll put this in my memory bank and I'll use this in the future to gain somehow. Now, so you teach yourself these things, right? On top of being a master at being alone, as a little kid, this is erector sets, even for girls. Oh, so the toys that you played with were different. You were fussier with toys. I don't believe that you were the type of child that would you picked up the toy, you looked at it, you made a little bit of a face maybe and threw it, right? I want the ones where you can take them apart and then put them back together. These would be the builders of the world, but that doesn't, you know, I have to do this for certain generations who don't want to become like others in their generation or a generation prior or even these younger, they refuse to deal with anyone or anything that doesn't serve them and help them, right? Unless I need a break from that intentionally, and I just need some foolishness in my life. That the speaking that I'm using, it feels a little forced, or it feels a little handed down. I would throw some stupid shit in there once in a while so that people don't feel like they can't talk to you or approach you. It's just how I was, and still am a little bit, but I don't have a lot of people that I converse with. I pick up on someone, and then I usually mirror them a little bit, but there's always a part of me that's the same every time and everyone I speak to, and you'll know what that part is. It's hard to explain, but you'll know what it is. It's just my presence. What are you going to do, right? Now, I'm a child. You could have been homeschooled, even for the ones that were homeschooled. When you do this, oh my God. All right, there's a forced homeschooling here. Do you think it's for everybody? I wonder too if some kids are the class clowns. They're supposed to be in public. These would be the special kids. So here we go. We have some special kids that they shouldn't be in school wasting their time learning that because they're master manifestors where their DNA just attracts endless. Now, but you don't know this. And you go studying and then you worry about this class and where you're going to get a job and how could you ever know what your vibe this low? Somebody else may know though. Some other people may know about your DNA and things like that. Now we have the special ones though who should be in those situations because they are the ones who are vocal. And then usually that vocal gift takes them somewhere else. Yeah. The gift of voice. Even if you're just a reporter. We think of I do. I think of the gift of voice and I immediately think singing. It's everything where communication and how important that shit is. Look at the lack of it. And it ain't coming from me. I never not know what to say. Did you hear that? I never not know what to say. It's not the same thing as not saying anything. I never not know what to say, but that doesn't mean that I say it. It will always process in my head what should be said or what I could say. Sometimes you just need to stuck my hand in the toilet to retrieve something. Okay? I don't know why they're bringing this up. Oh. Okay, right. For someone, it's the back of a toilet. I don't know if it's in it or behind it, but just start checking things, especially if you are people where some people just moved out abruptly, or you had an argument, or they got locked up, or they're just 50. Yeah, 50. OS Solomon. I think it's the toilet at some garage. I am TF. Okay, so I'm trying to put something together just because there's a squirrel just kind of creeping. Yeah, no, but there's a squirrel creeping, going through, very, very slyly going through something. L-I. Okay, so I'm a total fucking liar. That's what this is. I'm a total fucking liar. Okay, good. What is this lie about? With Page of Swords in reverse, I lied when I said I love you. Oh my God. And that I wanted to be in a relationship with you. I lied. I lie when I say that you turn me on, or that you look good, or that I think about you throughout the day too. Yeah. There's a man here who's gay. Yeah. I feel like, but this is for the non-gay, I feel like the more that I try to force this love and this endearing banter, put that together, it makes me angry at me. I feel completely backed into a wall with this. I can't get out of here. I can't go back there. I can't, and every time I look at you, all I think about is the constant arguing and the things that never get settled. So now it's just building up and building up and building up, and I'm starting to create hatred, and I can feel it coming from you too. What do we do here? Can we just at least admit that this thing that we tried forcing isn't working? You know, at some point he is going to have no choice, and she's going to have a choice to say, you just don't do anything for me sexually. I didn't want to say this. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But the more I try not to hurt someone else's feelings, the more I don't feel hurt, unless it's just me denying that I'm hurt. But I feel like this, and I know that you can feel that this for me ain't good. Do people want to hire? I feel stuck in life here. I feel like I say these things and I react a certain way because I'm not sure where my next move is. And I don't want to have to fake this. I don't want to have to act like this is something in order for me to feel like my security is not going to be affected. Right? This guy is having some type of visions in his dream about, he's using the law of attraction imagination. So, or they're showing him something. It's something about how he got there. This is taking transportation somewhere. A bus, fucking trolley, Uber. They're trying to... Oh, this is making it easier to say that I lied. I'm a liar. Whatever they're showing, he's been shown multiple times, or she. You've been shown multiple times something in this thing, your head, about possibly another country or coming from there. It feels being taken somewhere. Oh wow, a little against your will? And I say a little because I do believe that whatever you got on or in, you did believe. And I think that these people could tell that you're very on when it comes to this. So they actually program themselves to believe that this is where, wow, I don't know who this is for. But you must be like me when it comes to being fooled and paying attention to things around you to protect you. And there will be people who are also smart that way, and they will now fake plan this entire thing so that they don't get thrown off, because you're the type of person where you'll just hit someone with some question out of nowhere. You're very good at this. I don't know if you're an agent or a cop, or you just you spend time with them. So if it's, well, it's not really against his will. I mean, yeah, but we made up this whole, trying to justify knowing now that karma's a real thing. Okay. Well, that's what they were trying to show you for one of these people. And then there's that one that's getting many. It's overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed and I just want to spend time by myself. I spend most of my time by myself. This person's ready to get themselves a room to rent. I can't do it. I'm literally ready to get a fucking job, and I don't know what happened or what you were doing with your life before this, but it feels like I came over here. If this is somebody that came over from another country and and it was at your own will, I just believe that you could be. I came over here, and whatever this is now, we are. That's what I came here to argue. I left my own country to where I argued, and I wanted something different. I have something different when it comes to heritage, same arguing, but yet I want to call this something else because I refuse to admit that I'm part of the problem here. When this happens, you have to be too much of a father or mother, or usually when it's the guy, they're too much of a big kid. And then with the women, it would be you're mothering. Maybe you didn't feel like you had control of your son, and that the women usually that have problems with their sons, especially ones that have them young, and they get taken away, or they are with the dad or something like that, they'll wind up dating younger, it seems like. For every action, that's the reaction, right? So now we fight. I mean, we fight over food now, you know, it's like, I mean, I think that now we're separating food. And now, I mean, you're questioning why I didn't bring you back something. You know, I'm supposed to be like loyal to when I go to a restaurant and shit. Now I feel like I gotta ask if you want something every time I come back, and if I don't, I gotta feel guilty about this shit. So, I'm not content here. I don't see this going anywhere. But I know that we're both in a situation where if we handle this right, it could work out for both of us. I don't want to feel like every time I say I'm going out or I go for a walk, I get this death stare. Okay? I mean, this is somebody that goes to one of those in the neighborhood bars and shit that has the fence and the lights. I love that shit. As this could even be with the cops that go to this place. This would be, I want to go on my friend's boat, you know, or even just go down and sit. This is, I would just want to go to a museum and shit by myself. Like there have been times where this guy just wanted to be alone, or this woman just wanted to be alone. But I'm sorry, I feel like there are a lot of men that needed to do some type of something with themselves, and it required for them to move away, even if it was temporarily, from a woman or some women to make that happen. Unless you got class A, I mean, then you only need at least one. But when you have that one, you won't have many others. You held on to that one and stop looking at this shit like she ain't giving it to me. Or there's no potential here for fucking. But there's potential for so much more that could lead to fucking someone just like her by just spending time with her as a friend. She attracts what she is. Let her make the friend for you. Maybe she's your indirect dating coach. Perspective. It's amazing when you have the right, when you can kind of gauge the right perspective throughout life, so that your rhythm or your thing never gets fucked with. Is when you start to you start to love yourself, what some would say a little too much. And when someone says that you love yourself too much, they're the problem. Yeah. What is the alternative? Am I supposed to love you more than me so I can fucking resent you 3 weeks from now? Then I start buying you shit, and then I go without, and then where does this lead? Now I stop talking to my family and friends, and I'm around your freaking animals. What's next? I wake up in a hotel room now, chained to the bed with a kidney taken out. I don't know, somebody's on their way there. Rosada. I would get out the next day. I think he knows, something's up, and he's not that kind of guy where he's an animal yet. He has no problem saying that you got away. It happens. Okay. All right. I hope that helped.